Enroll your child for the manifested e-learning platform and see their grades grow tremendously. These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a cost-friendly format.
How do you do, learner? I'm Philip, your social studies teacher. Welcome to Manifested e-learning platform. And in our today's session, we shall be learning about relief on a map, which is still under physical environment. Physical environment. Physical environment. And our today's concern is relief. Relief. What is relief? Relief is the general appearance of the land. How does the land look like? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it a plain? Is it a highland? Is it a plateau? What does the land look like? That is relief. But on this occasion, we shall measure on only two things that we are required to know on a map work basis on relief. And those one is, number one is rising of the land. Rise of the land, and B, slope of the land. These are the two objectives that we are supposed to accomplish at the end of this subtopic on relief. Rise and slope. Rise and slope. Now, maybe to start by the rise, what do I mean by rise of the land? How do I mean about the rise of the land? I will use a magic mountain to demonstrate what I mean, probably before we go to the map work, where we shall use an example of a map. Now, this is what I call a magic mountain. It will help me to explain what exactly I mean by rising of the land and sloping of the land. Up here in my magic mountain, this is the highland. And of course, this is the lowland, this is the lowland. So when I'm talking about rise, this is what I mean, that this area illustrated by a magic mountain rises. Rising means going up. From where? Those are the key words. From. From where? From lowland. You start going up from a lowland to a highland. Another very key word. To, from. That is rise. Rising is going up. From where? From a lowland to a highland. From a lowland to a highland. Let's put that one in a map perspective. Putting this one in a map perspective, let's have a demonstration using a map. And we have a river there. And I want to start by explaining that if you want to know the highest place and the highest place and the lowest place of a given map area, the best feature to use for that purpose is a river. Simply because a river flows from a highland always to a lowland. There is no day a river will ascend a mountain. It always descends. So, meaning what? Meaning this river tells us something. It tells us that this area where this river is originating from, this automatically, this area is a highland. Because a river flows from a highland. Where did we know, why are we saying that this is where it is flowing from? Because this is where we can see the tributaries. And tributaries are where they are found at the source of the river. So this river originates from here. This river has its source here, and here is a highland. And again, where the river is flowing to, follow the river. Where the river disappears, or where the river drains its water, or the river's mouth, it means this is a lowland. This is a lowland. And having identified your highland and your lowland with the help of the river, you can be able to tell us that land is rising from where to where. So the next step you need, and of course this one is needed in all perspective of map work question, and that one is a compass. Never eat sukuma wiki. Never eat sukuma wiki. So this area rises from, this area rises from dash to dash. Rise. What is rise? Going up. From where? You start going up from where? From a lowland. Which is our lowland according to this map? This is our lowland. Where are the coordinates of the compass of the lowland? That is southwest. So this area rises from southwest. Lowland. We rise from lowland to highlands. To highlands. Coordinates of the highlands, northeast. That area rises from southwest to northeast. This area, the land. Remember, we are talking about the land, not the river. The land rises from southwest to northeast. Another example, maybe to give another example. The more the example, the easier it becomes. You have maybe our river. Our river, this is our river now there. That is our river. And I have explained, and I want to repeat again, that the river is the feature in a map that will help you know where is the highland in this area, where is the lowland. And in that respect, the river starts from a highland. So this area around here is a highland, because that's where the river has its source. So that's the highland. And where the river drains its water to, of course, it is a lowland. Lakes or oceans or swamps are found in the lowland of that area, because that's where the water is being drained to by the river. Then, after identifying the highland and the lowland with the help of a river, then our cardinal points will always come handy and give us the correct direction. That is, never eat sukuma wiki. North, east, south, west. And our question is, this area rises, the land. Let me put in the bracket so that you don't confuse yourself with the river. The land rises from dash to dash. From to. Rising. If you have forgotten about the magic mountain, You can always draw your simple magic mountain. Highland, lowland. What are we talking about? Rise. Show with an arrow that you are rising. Where are you rising from? From lowland to highland. From lowland to highland. These are the key words. From lowland to highland. So go from lowland. Lowland in the map. Lowland, north. From north. To highland. Where is highland in the map? Southeast. 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 Maybe another example. It's good to have as many examples as possible. Let's have one final example here. Rising and sloping. And maybe we have our river here, the tributaries, and that river flows in that manner. So the river will always help you to identify the highland and the lowland. At the source of the river, highland. Of course, where the river is flowing to, lowland. From there, what do we need? We need cardinal points. We need a compass for direction purposes. Never, eat, sukuma, wiki, northeast, south, west. What is our question? Rise. What is rising? Land. Rise of the land. Rise of the land. From dash to dash. From dash to dash. Now, it's a matter of now rise. You can have your magic mountain, as we have said. You can have your magic mountain there. You can have your magic mountain there. And in that magic mountain, you have your highland and your lowland. What are you doing? You are rising. From where? From the lowland. To where? To highland. So our first coordinate should come from where we are coming from. And that is a lowland. And lowland is south. To highlands. Highland is north. And that is how you rise. From lowland to highland. These mountains, these magical mountains are in your rough work to guide you, to jog your memory about the name rise. Let's go to the opposite of rise, and that is slope. Slope. How does slope behave? Slope. How does sloping of the land behaves? Sloping of the land, also having maybe a magic mountain, will also be able to describe what exactly slope means. Slope means now going down. Actually, slope is the opposite of rise. So this time round, this is highland, this is lowland, we are sloping, we are going down, we are descending. Now, the words will change. We are sloping from to, from highland to lowland. That is the key point to note, that we slope from highland to lowland. Let us illustrate that one in a map for better interpretation. Let's have our map there. Maybe have another one there. And probably have another one here still. There's no harm. There's no harm in giving 3 examples. And now this one, we have our river. Rivers drainage features in a map, they are illustrated in color blue. So let me try to use color blue. We have that river like that. We have another one. We have another river here. We have another river here that moves like that. Then it goes like that. A river can be flowing in any manner. A river can be flowing in all sort of manners, but it doesn't matter. And those are good examples. Now, we are sloping. And I've illustrated using an arrow here that sloping is going down from a highland to a lowland, going down, descending. So, what do we need for this purpose? First of all, we need to identify the lowland and the highland. So where the river originates, that's a highland. Where the river drains its water, that's a lowland. Number two, we need a compass. We need a compass for that direction to be known. Never, eat, sukuma, wiki. North, east, south, west. We are talking about slope, the sloping of the land. From, to. So, we have everything we need. From, to. So, the land slopes from where? Slopes from where? Highland. Slopes from highland. From highland. So, where are the coordinates? What is the direction? Southwest. To where? To lowland. To lowland, and our lowland is in the eastern part of the map. Very, very simple. Example number two, identify the highland and the lowland. Where the tributaries are highland. Where the river is draining its water, lowland. Number two, what do we need? Of course, a compass for direction purposes. And you'll be using a ruler to have a very, very neat and accurate compass. Never north, east, south, west. Rise. No, slope. We are on slope. We are going down. Slope, going down. From, it should always from a highland to a lowland. So where is the highland here? Where we are sloping from? Southwest. Southwest. To where this time round? Northwest. I've told you, the river can flow in any sort of manner. Any sort of manner. That's why we call them physical features. They are godly made, not human made. Now, there's another one here, okay? Identify, first step. Highland is on this side. Lowland is on that side. Now, step two, as always, get your compass using a ruler and a pencil. Using a ruler and a pencil so that you have a neat and accurate readings. Never, eat, sukuma, wiki. We have the markings of highlands and the lowlands. We have the compass. We have the question in hand, sloping, going down. From highland, from highland to lowland. From highland to lowland. So we go highlands, Where do we have our highlands? Northeast. Our highland at this map, northeast. Lowland, west. And this is the easiest way of getting the relief of a map. The general appearance of an area, specifically on two occasions. The question on rice and the question on sloping. The question on rice and question of sloping. Rising is going up. Sloping is going down. Even with the arrows, if you prefer to use arrows, for instance, rising, the arrow shows you that it is going up. So you can even choose to be indicating even in the arrow that you are rising from lowland to highland. There's no harm. Can even have another one here rising from lowland to highland. No problem. If you are sloping from highland to lowland, from highland to lowland. Whatever it takes for you not to make a mistake or not to confuse both of them is acceptable. Identifying highland and lowland. So the very first thing is get to know, is it a question on rise or sloping? First thing, is it a question on rising or sloping? First thing. Number two, identifying highlands and lowlands. Highlands and lowlands. How do you identify highlands and lowlands? Using a river. Why? Because a river always flows from highland to a lowland. After identifying, what do you need? You need cardinal points for giving you the exact direction from which the land is rising to where it is heading, or sloping from and to. And if you have followed my simple steps and examples, you're good to go. You have all the right of getting to know rising and sloping in any given map. Maybe for your own work, I'll give you an assignment, and remember to submit your answers and findings in our platform, Manifested e-learning platform, and we shall be waiting for your answers or your work very eagerly. Now, for your assignment, and if you did not understand anything, please rewind, go back to the notes. These notes, this is not an exam, it's an activity for you to do so that you can be able to see exactly what I was explaining here. So assignment, we can have several maps. Let's have 3 of them. Now, those are the questions for you to do back there at home. And question, there are three maps. There are 3 maps, the area A, area B, and area C. And each map I've given you 2 questions. so that you can cover the question of rise and slope, rise and slope, rise and slope. And question A of area A. Area A rises from dash to dash. Area A rises from dash to dash. And question B, area A. We are still in area A. Slopes. Now this time around is not rising, it's sloping. Area A slopes from dash to dash. Then you come to map B or area B, where area A rises from dash to dash, and area B, again area B slopes from dash to dash. Area C or map C rises from where to where and slopes from where to where. Those are 6 questions that will give you adequate practice on what we have learned today about the relief of an area, and to be very, very specific, rising and sloping of the land. Thank you for being attentive. Until next time, see you.